What's up, everybody? It's RJ with Twin Halos, and today I'm answering a question from Tony, who had bicep tendinitis. It went away, and then now it has returned. So I'm going to give you some techniques on how to apply soft tissue techniques so that you can alleviate your bicep tendinitis for good. Because the biceps cross the shoulder joint, we want to improve our shoulder mobility. That way, when we work the biceps, it's going to be more effective. So what we're going to do, we're going to improve that by alleviating the tension in the chest. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a lacrosse ball. So what you're going to do is place this up against the wall and then go from the sternum out to the shoulder and just keep going from the top all the way to the bottom. Make sure that you're covering the entire chest. Then the next muscle in the chest that we really want to affect is pec minor. Because this attaches into the scapula or the shoulder blade, we want to get that to sit back a little bit more. So now you're going to feel this ropey area coming off of the shoulder down this way. It's going to attach into the ribs and into the shoulder blade. So that's where you're going to find and now work in an up and down motion with the lacrosse ball. It's gonna be tender, so hold those tender spots for about 20 seconds, trying to just relax that muscle underneath that pressure, and then continue moving on. So do this 2 to 4 minutes and then move on to the shoulder. Once you move on to the shoulder, you don't wanna start here on top of the bone. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start just underneath it into the muscle belly, and now you're going to work up and down. So work it down into the bottom of that delt. Now go from the front all the way to the back, moving in this direction here. So start low on the wall and then come up. Same thing's gonna apply. When you find some tender spots, hold that area and for 20 seconds, breathe, try to get it to relax. That way you can get more work done in a shorter amount of time. Now, if you don't have a lacrosse ball, what you're going to do is this right here. You're going to grab underneath your chest. You're going to try and grab pec minor. So what you're going to do is place your finger pads, not your fingertips. Find that tender area and hold that there. What you're going to do with your palm facing up, now you're just going to extend your arm back, because you want your palm facing up. That's going to hide the bicep underneath where it may be getting impinged. So hold this here and then just stretch. Hold it for about 2 seconds and then come back. Same thing, press this up and then come back. Do this about 4 or 5 times, and then we're gonna move on to the biceps. Now, using a foam roller, we're gonna start to massage the biceps. Now you can use a chair or a table, however you want. What I'm gonna try and do is drag my arm across the foam roller this way. So I'm gonna drag the biceps under, and now what I'm doing, I'm holding onto the foam roller and dragging those tissues up towards the shoulder. So take the biceps under this way, and then move it up into the shoulder, just like that. So you're gonna do this, same time frame as before, 2 to 4 minutes, so you can get that soft tissue change. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, what you're going to do is work the biceps in a relaxed position. You don't want it extended all the way out, but you don't want it all the way up here, because now you can't get in here. So place it on top of a chair or anything like that. Now what you're gonna do is place your thumb into your bicep all the way up into the shoulder. This is if you don't have a foam roller. You don't want to do the foam roller and this. So now take your thumb and press the biceps over. You don't want your thumb bent like this. You want it straight. So keep your thumb straight. That way you don't injure your thumb as you're trying to work on your biceps. So keep the thumb straight and just drag those tissues all the way up to the shoulder. Getting every side. Get the inside, the middle, and then the top right here, all the way up into the shoulder. Do that 2 to 4 minutes, and then finally we're gonna get into the exercise that's gonna help realign the scar tissue and the irritation. That way you can alleviate the pain for long term. All right, now to finish everything off, we're going to do a bicep curl. Now we're not going to do it with a lot of weight, because I have these dumbbells, I'm able to use only 3 pounds. This should be enough weight. We don't want it to be heavy because we want to realign the scar tissue that's happening in our biceps. So what we're going to do, we're not going to lift it like this. We're going to assist it up. You don't want the biceps to contract this way. You want them to contract and lengthen. That's going to help realign the scar tissue, and that's going to help heal your bicep. This is the most crucial step. If you don't do anything else, do this, because that's going to help realign all of that excess connective tissue within that injury. So what you're going to do, bring it up here, assisted, and then from here slowly bring it down under a 4 count, except you don't want it to be straight on, because a lot of people's elbows do something different and people shrug their shoulder when they do a bicep curl. So to alleviate all of that, what you're going to do is turn your hand out. Now your arm is stuck up against your body, and now it's not going to move. So from here, make sure that you're not shrugging your shoulder. Assist it up and then slowly bring it down under about 4 to 5 count, and then assist it back up. Do this maybe 5 to 10 times. You're not going to feel a pump, but go really slow and just see how your bicep feels. If this is painful, do not do it. Or if the weight's too heavy, drop the weight. This does not have to be very heavy. 2 pounds should be plenty. So I know that was a lot of soft tissue work just to get into the bicep curl, but all of that stuff is necessary. That way your shoulder can be healthy and not irritate your bicep, because the bicep travels up into the shoulder. So with this one exercise, that's going to help alleviate a lot of your pain and help you recover from this injury. That's why in my program, Iron Foundation, I give you all the soft tissue techniques within that program. That way your exercises are complemented with soft tissue techniques. That way you constantly train pain-free and you alleviate these things happening to you in the gym. So I hope this helps. Apply these soft tissue techniques as best you can, and then do this type of bicep curl in order to alleviate your bicep tendonitis. So that's it for me. I hope you found this informative. Please give it a thumbs up and let me know if this helps you in the comments below. That's it for me today. I'm RJ with Twin Halos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.